The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, guys. Barry, good morning. First again. Dennis, good morning. Guys, happy Tuesday. Morning, guys. Good to be back after a long weekend. I apologize for Friday. Good morning, John. Larry, good morning as well. Perry, good morning. I absolutely did not, Perry. I literally fished an hour, maybe 2 hours total. Caught one fish. The water was high all weekend. In any event, I apologize for Friday. While I've got everything set up, I was getting power surges, which kept shutting my computer down. At one point, when we were in the room, I actually had Ninja crash, and just could not get my platform or computer to load on Friday. So I apologize for the early exit on Friday. I think I've resolved that for the next time I'm there. Wow, that's awesome, John. That's crazy. Hope he kept it to eat. In any event, we're back at it. We have a shortened week. A little bit of news today. We have some 8:30 stuff. The biggest thing today is we have Fed speaker right at the open. Barkin will be speaking right at 9:30. Morning, Kit. Overnight session wasn't bad. By the way, if you folks are here on trial, good morning and welcome. We have a number of trials beginning today. We have trials from last week that will be concluding this week. We have some that will end today. And in any event, good morning. Not a lot going on. Markets are up. Trump backpedaling again. I'd like to see the trading accounts of his staff. 50% EU, not 50% EU till July. Crazy stuff, guys. We're news driven, headlines driven, and there's nothing we can do about it. As I've said before, I'll say again, those of us that lived and traded through his first presidency are well aware of, this. We do have some 8:30 news, so we won't do any trading before 8:30. For those of you guys that are here on trial, I will go through and explain the room, talk about what you're going to see this week. This is also the last week of the May link. So I'll have June's link sent to Sean by Thursday. I think we make it to Friday, right? Friday will be the end of the weekend. I think it's the last day of the link. So I'll have the link up for you guys to register for June. For those of you that are on trial that are beginning today and your trials will end on Monday, you're going to need that June link, which I'll send to you over the weekend. I'll send it like Saturday, and you'll conclude your trials on Monday. In the overnight session, and for those of you guys that are on trial, we run crude, gold, and copper from 1 a.m. until 6 a.m. In the event, like this is gold, this is crude. Crude was down 700 in the overnight. Not sure how. Well, I guess it took a few trades. Yeah, I would have taken this trade full loser. Winner here. I did not get this trade. I've since turned crude back on. I'm going to run crude this morning. So I'm down 700 in the overnight session in crude. Okay, so crude will run. There were no trades on the gold 15-minute chart in the overnight session. Copper in the overnight session was up 825. That's done for the day. It won't take any more trades anyways, right? 750. And then I ran the Ninja Ranko on an Apex evaluation account. That is up 500. That's done for the day. I set the daily target at 400. This is on a $50,000 account. So I scaled back contracts to 2 and set the daily goal at 400, right? So $500, this is done for the day. So the overnight session, you got 8, 1,300 minus. So you got a net positive of 600 in the overnight session. All right. So I won't run that. I'm not going to run that. And I will run crude to see if we can't get some of this back, if not all of it. The NASDAQ, which will run on 2 different charts, the ES and the YM will begin at 935. Okay, so there's nothing going on at this point other than, and I'll get into it a little deeper, but just letting you guys know, we have run trend candles in the overnight session. They did okay. For those of you guys that are members, I have scaled back the ES to a $400 daily goal. So basically looking for 1 trade. And the point of this is we're going to now, or at least I am going to now start getting realistic, right? We're not looking for $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 days. While they're fun and it's easy to do in sim, right? No harm, no foul in sim. My opinion is if we're going to trade them on a cash account, funded accounts, evaluation accounts, you should be at least realistic. So let me do this. On the 15-minute, because I have a couple of valuations that renewed, on the 15-minute, I'm going to put that on the ES. Didn't take any trades, so I'm going to run the ES on an Apex evaluation, basically looking for 1 trade. So I've changed that. So ES will now run an evaluation. Okay. I will also run the NASDAQ 1 minute on an evaluation. I cannot run them all on an evaluation for fear that I have 1 long, 1 short, right? And we don't want to be in violation of Apex's hedging policy. Hang on 1 second. 1 second, guys. I'm just making some adjustments here. Okay. So I'm going to have to be mindful. Yeah, it should only apply to PAs, not evaluations, but it's a good habit to get into being mindful. I mean, their policies are what they are. So Larry, let's see. Does the TTP automated trading subscription option cover all? Yes, it does. It's the same. It's the same bot, Larry, just different settings. What about bots and a home power loss? What about them? You better call your broker. All right. So for those of you guys that are on trial, I do the same thing every day. I read the disclaimer. I am not required by law to read the disclaimer. I'm just required to show it. But I do read it every day. This is where my members go get coffee. But I do read the disclaimer every day. I then do kind of a top-down analysis on charts, what I'm seeing, what I think, and then I'll tie that in a bit. So let me first read the disclaimer. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. This presentation is for educational purposes only. The opinions expressed in this presentation are mine and mine alone. All trades presented should be considered hypothetical and should not be expected to be replicated in a live trading account. Last but not least, past performance is not indicative of future results. The fact that I may or may not be in a trade does not lend more or less credence to any trade. Please trade according to your own accounts. Please trade according to your tolerance for risk. Trial. The screen that you're looking at is not automated. This is a market structure indicator. This is my indicator. I had it built for me. It is available for anyone that wants it. It's on the website, but this is a market structure indicator. I use this indicator in conjunction with order flow to take discretionary trades, which I will, using an Apex account. Okay. I will trade PAs and I will trade evaluations discretionarily, manually. Okay. You're going to see the trend candles, my automated system trade. Now, nothing, well, I guess crude could take a trade. Let me see where crude is. Nothing is going to trade between here and 9:30. Nah, crude's deep into shorts. So I don't see a pullback, but theoretically, crude could trade at this point. Short of crude, nothing will trade until market opens. I will also this week be trading discretionarily. So if you're here to see just the automated system, and I suspect most of you are, I've got nothing going on now until 9:30. We do have some 8:30 news. After we get past the news, I'll start looking for some trades. We do have a 9:30 Fed speaker, which see what he has to say. Other than that, if at any point you have questions, please put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer. Yeah, I'm watching gold. I'm not even close for a long for me on gold. NASDAQ shorting. NASDAQ's going to come lower. Crude should get to close to 60. It breached that last area of resistance at 49. So we were down 700. I've got two contracts. I'm taking them off at first target. But target hit. A little get back. I have no runners. I like CL long if we can get above this area here. So for me, this halfback, this 50, crude was down 700 bucks. Looks like we got that winner, which we saw. Looks like we got one here and here. We're now down 100 bucks. So it's gotten back 600 bucks. All right, you can see that since I turned it back on, up 600. I'm going to need a long to get green, but I'm good with 100 bucks down. No, 9:30 we have a damn Fed speaker. 1-for-1 up 300. One more trade, this will be done. Daily goal 600. $1,800 plus. That must be crude. Crude is now in a short. All right.
Order canceled. Order submitted.
Now we're holding this support zone here, but it looks like it's going to break. We're at 1900. 1900, guys. We'll let it go now. See if we can get a runner out of this. Just chopping. Probably get taken out at even, but that's all right. I'm flat. Watch the longs now.
Order canceled.
85 bucks. Big deal. I'm not a big fan of the YM. Crude is trying to come down. NASDAQ still hanging in there. Come on, let's go, NASDAQ. Give me some love. All right, here we. I'm long. you go. All right, target hit. So on this evaluation, we took a little draw, we took some heat. I'm done. I'm up $600. That's my daily goal. You don't need more than that, guys. Let me get this out of here. We need to hold yesterday's. Let me get that out of there. We're going to 03. Down to 670 on the negative delta. We're trying to push up here, fellas. $530. See you tomorrow, Michael. Nice job. $14 from your daily goal. All right, guys. Just while this thing is figuring out where it's going here. NASDAQ on the 1 minute, on an evaluation, done for the day. NASDAQ on the Ninja Ranko, the small Ninja Ranko, daily goal 600, done for the day. YM up $85 on one stupid little target one only. Again, I'm no big fan of the YM. ES hasn't done squat yet. Just sitting. I'm looking for one trade on that stupid ES. Where's that crude? Hang on, guys. That's what. That's the YM. It's canceling these trades out on the new bar. There it is. Now it's short. But somewhere, there it is. There's crude. Come on, NASDAQ. Let's go. Good Jesus. Come on, YM. Couple more ticks. It's already hit break even. This may be the slowest trade in history, guys. Consumer confidence at 10. Yeah, thank you. We're down 480 on the net negative delta, guys. Look at this YM. It's sitting on target. One tick. One tick. There it is. Target one hit. There we go. There we go. Now we got a runner, guys. 10 o'clock. Now we've got a runner. All right. ES pending long, but it won't fill. There we go. Now we've got a runner. Canceled it. Now it's just a free trade. So for those of you guys that are on trial, This is the difference between the 399 and the 499, right? We actually trade in this room. $30 is next target, a little bit of resistance. Above 30, you're going to get 37.75. And we're almost flat delta on the day. I'm going to move my stop to 12.5. 12.5. As always, trade runners as you see fit. $357, guys, is my final target. Let's call it 356 just for the sake of a number. Okay? 356 is where I'm trying to get. If we break out here another high, 33, above 33, I'll move my stop a little tighter. My stop will go to 18 quarter. Need to get above 33, I'll go to 18 quarter. Come on, push, let's go. Down 55 cars, let's go. Buy them, 50, 47, come on, baby. All right, crude is now coming. Here we go. Break it. Got to break here. I need a new high, or at least in this swing, right? Need to get above 33, and I'll move the stop.
Order canceled.
All right, this canceled out. I'll explain this in a second. Let me just move this. I'm going to go to 32 stop. This canceled out. It'll get target. This canceled the trade. My daily goal is 600. From the time I reset it, it's made 760. So it closed out on the close of that 3-minute bar. There's target. Be that as it may, it's green. It got back to 700. That's it. I'm done with it for the day. Anybody holding longs, fellas? Anybody holding longs? I can't move my stop. Anybody holding longs? We got that 37.75. We really need now to get above 40, 42 and a quarter. We're green delta, 9 contracts, now 30. 42 and a quarter goes, I think we're good. We'll get that target. And we stopped at 42.5. That's got to go. I might be off by 2 ticks. I'm going to cinch this up just a shard to 27. We're overbought on the small time frames. We could get a pullback in here. If it takes me out, it takes me out. Really want it to hold 30 area. If this goes through the high here again, I'm going to move my stop up to this microstructure, 29.50. I need to go through 42.50. I think if we blast 42.50, we get 53 pretty quick. Positive delta, 120 some odd contracts. By the way, the YM is in a short. YM could break down. If YM comes below 041, it should break down. Come on, get 42 and go. 42 is key. Larry, I mean, this is not hard. I'm using my market structure indicator. I mean, at 11, if you want, I'll explain market structure. And I'm paying attention to delta, basically order flow. So I'm a delta trader. I pay attention to VWAP. It's not hard. I need to get above that 42.50, guys. 42 even. We get above that, we're going to get to now 62. I'm going to move this out to 60. Just some consolidation here. We are overbought on the 2-minute. Building a bull flag. I can see it. We're building a flag. If we crack this 42, 50, 75, she rips. Let's see here, Doug. Is there a bot, Eurozone, that allows you to set what's a POQ? What's a POQ? All right, guys, I'm going to move my stop here. Yeah, ours. Mine. Mine won't take. I'll show you. Hang on. All right, I moved up to 33. So I could turn this on. It will not take another trade. It's at $600 as a daily profit target. It's at 600. Will not take a trade. Will not take another trade. So for instance, if you're not able to be at your desk, rest assured that's not going to take a trade at $600. Will not take another trade, and will actually, what's up? Yeah, that's my target, Greg. Hang on, buddy. That's why I got it set at 60. Hang on one second, man. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the one, the only, Greg.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, back in the hood.
That's right. You go on vacation?
Did for the weekend and getting ready to go on another.
Nice.
Leave tomorrow.
All right, guys. I'm at $1,130 on the runner. This is on an Apex eval. We're getting a little toppy up here. I am not having a training class today. Why would you think that? No, I've made no mention of a training class today, George. I will do one as soon as y'all get version 3.0. So I'm hoping it's this week, and I'll do another training class this week. I'm just kind of slow walking it so that you guys can get version 3.0. And we're getting a little toppy here. We got to 55. We need to bust 59.75, and this thing could be free and queer for a long while. I now have a 66. So I'm going to be a greedy bastard and go to 64.50. I'm at 64.50 now. Okay? Trade them as you see fit, guys. I mean, we're in at 94. My belief is we probably get a pullback before we get that 64, but who knows? What else you got going on here, Greg?
Let's see.
What about YM coming down? This son of a gun wants to break 50 and come down.
YM crude is primed for a long. It's bouncing off a level of support down here from this earlier morning low. I think it's got to break 37, 61.37 though.
Okay.
They don't have anything. Nat gas, yeah, it's a long ways for me from a long. 768.
Yeah.
A long for me. I'm holding my view here. I've got belief that we're going higher.
All right, new day high coming, guys.
There's a target for me.
Oh, target hit and filled. $2,000. Target hit and filled. Over the overnight session, crude finished up $40. Most of that, we were down 700 in the overnight session, but we got it back in the cash session. Up 500 on gold on an eval, and copper up 825. No trades on the 15-minute. That's been off all day. NASDAQ up 600, hit daily goal on an eval. On the Ninzarenko up 735, hit daily goal. ES, I adjusted daily goal to 400. It took its one trade and good. And the only thing down today was the YM 1035, which I'm going to be honest, I'm probably done trading this YM. It just doesn't make any money. It makes some, it loses some, it's just inconsistent, and frankly don't need it in my trading. We make money everywhere but that stupid, childish, amateurish bullshit instrument. Anybody have any questions, guys? Does anybody have any questions? Unless didn't stop scrolling. Greg, I appreciate it, brother. Guys, I'll see everybody tomorrow, 8 a.m.